I'm Sonia and I help people take their power back. If you're interested in working one-on-one with me and want me to call you on your BS, all my coaching information is in the description below. I also go live here on YouTube. If you want to come hang out and ask me your manifestation questions, and be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. In this video, I want to talk about your belief systems and your values, because this is something that I don't know that a lot of people have talked about when it comes to manifesting, and is something that actually came up when I was talking with one of my clients. And it is a very good point. It is not something I have talked about, so I'm going to talk about it now. But your values, I have talked about belief systems, but we're going to go deeper than your belief systems to your core values, and how when you start manifesting, those can be kind of rattled sometimes depending on what you value. What came up when I was talking with my client was part of why this was hard in the beginning and still is kind of hard for them is that one of their values is honesty. And when they came into manifesting, and it's like, okay, I'm going to tell myself something that is obviously not true. I really don't like this because I value honesty, which is an experience I also had. I'm like, I can't just lie to myself. That's wrong. I value honesty. That makes me a fucking hypocrite to tell me that things aren't, I'm telling myself something different than what's happening in front of my face. And number one, the thing that you have to understand is whatever you tell yourself is true is true. If you are going to continue to base your thoughts and your perspectives off of your 3D, which is a manifestation of your old thoughts and your old beliefs and all your old shit, guess what you're going to get more of? The same old shit, because you're just reaffirming, confirming that is how things are, and that is basically what you want, because that's what you're feeding yourself. Because whatever you tell yourself is true in this moment, because we live in an eternal now where whatever you tell yourself in this present moment is what's true and will be what is proven to you to be true. And if you value honesty, and all of a sudden you're basically lying to yourself, but you're not lying to yourself because you're choosing something different. That is what you are doing. And when you are changing the belief system around how the world works and the core value of not lying and all of that shit, that is what makes manifestation a challenge in the beginning, especially in the beginning. It gets easier and easier and easier, but in the beginning, and Jax keeps rubbing his head on the stool that I have my camera on, so if the camera is shaking, it's because the dog is rubbing his head on the stool. Anyway, but that is part of the challenge, if you will, when you start telling yourself something different. You are shaking up everything you have ever believed, everything that you have ever valued, who you are. You are questioning all of it. And yes, it's uncomfortable. It's very fucking uncomfortable. And that's why it feels uncomfortable. I had somebody on TikTok ask me about they're affirming and they're doing all the things, but it doesn't feel good. Why doesn't it feel good? Because of that. Because of that right there. But the second important thing is, until you realize that your belief system about how reality works was wrong, and the reason that you are experiencing everything that you are experiencing right now is because of what you have chosen to tell yourself your whole life and have accepted as true, you're not going to change anything. It comes down to a choice. It comes down to a choice of being open to trying it. And this is where I tell people to start with some stupid shit they don't care about. This is when I did Create Your Manifestation Lifestyle fucking months ago. Starting with, pick something stupid like seeing a specific breed of dog or a very specific car and see it manifest. Think about it and watch it show up. Start proving to yourself that what you think will show up in your physical world. From there, take what you learn and apply it to things that are actually important to you. Because until you grasp how shit actually works and you start making yourself comfortable with the idea that you were fucking wrong and that things could actually change just by you changing your perspective, you're not going to fully go all in, which is what you have to do when you're manifesting. Neville Goddard said you have to die to one state of consciousness and live from the other. And if you're questioning if it could even possibly work, that's the state of consciousness you are choosing, and that's what you're going to get reflected back to you. The law is always working. It works with fucking everything. Nothing and no one is exempt from it. What you tell yourself is true, and will be proven to you to be true if you accept it as true, meaning you persist in it or you come back to telling yourself that that is how shit is. That is all manifestation is. And yes, it is extremely uncomfortable when you start because you are shaking and questioning your belief systems. You're shaking and looking at your self-concept, your identity, who you think you are, how you believe things work, your core values. All of it. Yes, it's uncomfortable. It gets easier because once you truly realize, oh shit, no, this is definitely how shit works and I have full control of all of it, you just start functioning from that place. But if you are unwilling to truly take a look at you, this is where I say a lot, this is a journey about you learning about you. If you're not willing to take a look at your belief systems, your values, if you're not willing to question them and be open to something different, then this manifestation journey isn't even for you. Keep living the way that you're living and just accept your life for what it is. That's truly your choices. Either keep going or just live asleep to how shit actually works and be content with what you have and what you've always had, because until you change you, nothing outside of you can change. Thank you so much for watching. Love and light.